Typically we're watching somebody in the store walk around and talk about tackle. We're out here in the real world, gonna catch some real fish using real bait and tackle from Jack's. Come on, let's see if we can put some in the boat. Dobbin's different, 765 CB, excellent for the lipless, and I'm feeling everything with a 6.2 to 1 reel rate. Fire on. Catfish. Woohoo! Get some dinner tonight. Whole front came through, kitty cat come up. How bummed would you be about that? How bummed would you be about that guy right there? I gotta redo a split ring and we'll get back in business. That didn't take long. Now yesterday we couldn't buy a bite. Right where that kitty came from. I don't think it's big, but maybe we found something. Hey, hey! How about that? Always keep some extra O-rings with you and some pliers. It goes. It goes. That's a better one. One of the better times I've had out on Nickajack. I mean, these aren't that big, but we're catching some fish. This one we're not even gonna measure him because he's small. How about that? Get you a little crankbait there. Go over, check out Jack's Bait and Tackle. They'll set you up with the Dobbins. They'll set you up with a little crankbait, red, orange. Get you set up on some river grass over here and a high point and make a bunch of casts and catch some bass. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need forward-facing sonar. I'm just out here today. I had a couple hours. My wife's out grocery shopping and I got to come on out here. But let's see if we catch some more. Take a look at Jack's Bait and Tackle. My name is Ben Green and I own Ben Green Insurance Agency. One of my customers is Jack's Bait and Tackle. I insure the tackle store. One of my other customers happens to be Gary Dobbins. I go out and I fish quite a bit here on Nickajack. Just wanted to walk you through with some of the things that I do. Now this is a 765 crankbait. And what that means basically is 7.5 foot, so 7 foot 6 inches, and it's a 5 power. And what crankbait does is it gives you a little bit more sensitivity in the tip. You could feel the vibration, like Marky Mark, of your bait coming through, and you could keep contact with the bait, which is very important to know what it's doing, to come through the grass, to catch the grass. If you're getting those fish that you need to rip it out of the grass for, that's what we're doing today. Key to this presentation is a 6.2 reel. And the 6.2 reel forces a couple things. It forces you to slow down, really. A lot of you might say, well, I could get an 8 point something or one of these high fast reels and I'll slow down, or I could get a 6 and speed up. If you can, and if it's in the budget, get a reel that has the right ratio for the technique. You'll be a lot happier. All right, enough yapping. Let me see if I can catch some more fish. So I'm gonna get dinner back into the water here. Woo, thanks, fish. What we're gonna talk about here is the chatterbait rod from Dobbins. This is on the Champion line as well, Champion's Blue. And what this rod is basically is this is a crankbait rod as well, but it's glass. So it's actually, this is a 7 foot 3 inch 6 power glass rod. So why glass? Glass is heavier, right? Yeah, it's heavier, but you could feel the drag of this vibration and the pull, and you have a single hook as opposed to the treble hooks that you have on the trap rod. So it loads up easy, it keeps that hook pinned, and it's got a lot of power with the 5 power to throw a 1/2 ounce chatterbait. So let's get back out there and see if we can catch a green one this time. How about that? There we go. Hit that spot lock. When you get on these fish like this, you want to hit that spot lock so you don't drift off of them if you've got it. Oh, this is a good one. We're going to want this one in the boat. Boom. All right. That one's going to weigh into our creel. So let's see what we got here, what we're dealing with. We aren't setting the world on fire by any means, but we're getting out of the tackle store, bringing you with us. Field trip. All right, just shy of a 3-pounder here. Not big, but we're catching them almost every cast, whether the catfish or bass. How about that? See you, buddy. That one was the jackhammer chatterbait with the orange 1/2 ounce. Now when you get through an area like this, it's really important to try and throw another bait down there before you make a little bit of a move, and that's what I'm going to do next. You can all see where I am. I'm just out in front of the dam here. Nose is running like crazy, and I got to get that bait wet because, like I said, I only got about 45 minutes to be out here. About to put this one away. Haven't got it biked about 30 yards. So I'm just on the railroad bridge over here at Nickajack. It's just feeling it get in that grass, and just once it gets in that grass, just popping that rod tip. And the good thing about the control of the Dobbins is that you can actually feel it pull off. It's not a stiff pull, it's a load up, and then it springs it free. And when it springs it free, you have a lot more control, and that's generally when the bass hits it. Now I know we're talking about a lot of high dollar gear here, but the fact is the Fury rod is like $119, and you could get that in a crankbait as well. So they have a CB in the Fury, and if that's what you want starting out to experience what I'm talking about, where you can feel it load up, you can feel it spring free, and that's typically when you're going to get that aggressive strike. You could get that reel. Got it reel. I'm going to get this rod and reel cleaned up, and I'm going to take it down to Jack's Bait and Tackle and see if they'll give me a trade-in. What do you think? The old 300 Bantam Corrado. Beautiful reel. It's a pretty cool find though. Definitely don't want to leave this in the bottom of the river. The idea is just to work the flat. Get out there and work the flat, and I feel bad that I pulled away from that little school of fish because I figured we'd find some bigger ones, but that's the gist of it. Check out these recent clips of me catching some fish on the old Firecraw and red rattle trap. Yeah, baby! Right there! Ho ho ho! Told you the red. And Lady Gaga's playing. Oh, it fell right. shoulder to see where I'm fishing. Boom. Carl Saturday tournament, first one on the board. My buddy Michael Clay with me, throwing the old Firecraw. I'd like to get one more fish for you. Really for me, but for you too. Jack's Bait and Tackle. She's been supporting Zach in the river park. Kim over there. Been doing a lot for the fishing community. I appreciate it, Kim. Alright, we're gonna leave it with that. Hopefully you enjoyed those clips. Hopefully I see you out of Jack's Bait and Tackle, and hopefully you text me and say, hey Ben, I got on a grass flat with some chatterbaits and some lipless, fire red, spring, caught my personal best, and I got it all on a Dobbins from Jack's Bait and Tackle. Till next time, friends, we'll see ya.